Angela Baker is back in Sleepaway Camp 3, and I am here to give you my verdict on this third chapter. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my next Sleepaway Camp series review. If you've been watching my videos recently, then you know that I am completely new to the Sleepaway Camp movies. It is my first time watching all of them. Today I finished watching Sleepaway Camp Part 3, Teenage Wasteland, and Pam Springsteen is back playing Angela. And since putting together this video, I recently learned that Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 were filmed back to back, with this third installment being set 1 year after the second movie. So as mentioned, we continue to get the Pam Springsteen version of Angela, which is awesome. I think she does a fantastic job. And at the very start of the movie, Angela ends up murdering this random girl who is on her way to a bus to be picked up for summer camp, and Angela ends up taking her place and pretends to be the girl who she's just murdered, and the girl's name is called Maria. The whole story this time around is that the camp that had all the murders last year now has brand new owners, but the owners are struggling to get people to come to the summer camp, so they end up taking in a lot of teenage delinquents to try and bring the summer camp alive once again. It's not very long before Angela, who's pretending to be Maria, starts murdering her fellow campers right, left and centre. Now in the last movie, Angela was only killing people who were breaking the rules, which, there's quite a lot of people breaking rules, but in this movie, Angela just seems to be killing anyone, sometimes for no particular reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some people who she kills who just point blank annoys her, but then there are others who just die for the sake of it. Almost feels like they're just trying to get the body count a lot higher than the last movie. By the end of the movie, it's looking like that Angela is pretty much going to get away once again, but one of the final girls who ends up stabbing Angela a few times in the stomach after they have a bit of an altercation and a fight, and then Angela is taken away in an ambulance, and the ambulance guys are like, oh, let's just let her die, nobody would know, she doesn't deserve to live. But then Angela ends up stabbing the pair of them with this needle as a final kill before the credits roll. Now, this wasn't a bad movie. It's definitely the weakest entry in the whole of the franchise. There did seem to be a lot of lazy kills in this one. There were just lots of kills where Angela was just hitting people with a stick and a log, and I'd be honest with you, it was very lazy. I wasn't very impressed with those death scenes. I think the standout kill for me was definitely the firecracker in the guy's mouth, or was it in his nose? It was in his face somewhere, then it exploded, and it, exploded his face wide open while he was sleeping. Also, the lawnmower kill could have been amazing had it not been cut away as it was happening. This film had really good potential, it's just a lot of things let it down, and it definitely missed that little bit of sparkle. Now, I'm guessing that this film and the second film, because they were filmed back to back, most of the budget and the ideas went into the second one, and they must have just ran out of ideas for this third one. If I was to go back and rewatch any of these Sleepaway Camp movies, this one would be probably the bottom of my list. It's worth a watch, don't get me wrong, just to see Angela back in action causing absolute havoc and carnage, but it's not as good as the first two in my own personal opinion. But at the same time, I have seen a lot more worse sequels than this one. Something that does let this entry down is the way everyone is split into 3 separate camps. It doesn't give enough time for any sort of character development. We watch Angela kill one lot of people before going over to the second group of people, and then she does the same to the third group. It almost makes the movie feel as if it's split into 3 separate parts with just kills for the sake of it. I appreciate that maybe they were trying to do something different front with this movie, but for me, it just didn't work. I would have preferred the action to have taken place at the main camp, just like it did with the first two. I mean, it worked for the first two movies. You know, never fix something that's not broken. I mean, it's something that the viewers would have been familiar with that kind of setup. So I think that just went a little bit wrong for this movie. There was a moment where I was feeling a little bit sorry for Angela. There's a scene where she is alone in the kitchen and in the dining area, and she's having these flashbacks to her singing the Happy Camper song in the previous movie, and it points out that all Angela wanted was to be liked. It shows that Angela does have a human side. I mean, it's buried deep in there somewhere, but it's there. The way the movie ends with Angela in the back of that ambulance, injured with her stab wounds, but also with those two dead paramedics that she has just killed, it does make you wonder what happened to Angela after that moment. I mean, I can only guess and assume that when they got to the hospital, everyone was shocked at the two dead, paramedics, and Angela then would have been treated, and if she had survived those stab wounds, she would probably be placed in the nut house for the rest of her life. I mean, it would have been interesting to see what happened next. I know there is another sequel after this entry, and I think it's called Return to Sleepaway Camp, and I have also been told it is a terrible movie, like worse than this one. However, I feel so invested in this franchise now that I feel that I have to watch this final entry just to complete the series. I am one of those people who sometimes becomes the person who enjoys that shit sequel that everybody else hates, so I'm going to keep an open mind and I'm going to give it a go. Make sure you are subscribed so you do see my reaction to the next installment. But let's hear some of your thoughts, because I've been noticing that there's a few of you who really enjoy the Sleepaway Camp movie. So what did you guys think of this third entry? And do you think I am going to enjoy the fourth and final installment? Let me know. Also guys, if there are any other hidden 80s horror gems that you would like to see me review, recommend them to me guys, bombard me with them, and I will happily do some reviews for you. On that note, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.